Hello everyone, Bertina Amy here, and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I thought I would owe you an explanation, the story behind the cancer dragon, how I went from the concept of a cancer dragon to ribbon wrapping decor to shirt design. Back in 2021, I was referred to an oncologist after an abnormal exam. Then my oncologist said that they would need to perform surgery to get a sample of the mass to be able to determine the staging of the cancer. And by August, it was confirmed that I had stage 3 cancer. Receiving such a serious diagnosis was not an easy thing. An old best friend of mine from high school actually referred me to a friend of hers, Dr. Keith, who taught me Qigong, which totally altered my perception on life, and in the most positive way. So I practice Qigong daily, and some form of it daily. And for those of you that don't know, Qigong is an ancient Chinese deep meditation practice. And I've even read articles and seen on the news how they highly recommend meditation to help deal with anxiety. And frankly, it's something I should have been practicing for years, but I always say better late than never. For the first 4 months, I'd meet with Dr. Keith once a week to where he would provide me with homework assignments, things for me to practice. And over time, I ended up deciding to call cancer the cancer dragon. And one of the assignments included also journaling about my experience being diagnosed with cancer, to which I would often refer back to ensure that the order of events in terms of visits with my doctors, dealing with chemo and radiation were covered. However, the part of radiation, I never brought my journal with me, so I ended up having to write it later on at night. But in any event, I try to keep up with every aspect of it. And in case you hadn't already heard through watching my videos to the end, where I share a very brief summary of my entire journey, I became spontaneously pregnant and was urged by my doctors to go ahead and abort the child in order to save my life. To which I said no because I always wanted to be a mom and was told that after treatment, my eggs would be destroyed. So I said no as a result of failed attempts at making embryos, despite my doctor's predictions that I would die at having my child. But the important thing I feel is the fact that I never referred to the cancer as mine. And just for giggles, here is a photo of me and my daughter the day of her birth, as well as a photo of her in her dress for the day of our wedding. Well, in person anyways. Which then of course turned into, I should start a YouTube channel to tell people about this journey, as well as I really miss doing crafts and DIYs, so maybe that's what I should start with, because who's going to want to subscribe to someone that just talks about their personal journey when they don't even know them? At least that was my thought. So after over a year of being on YouTube, I came across this DIY that you see on the left side of the screen. And I really liked it, but I thought nothing of it until I walked into Dollar Tree. So I saw this pumpkin wreath form. I saw this orange ribbon in the fall section. And I thought, I gotta try this method on this wreath form. And I couldn't wait to pick up the stuff, go home, and just try it out. And to this day, this has still been my most successful video yet. Little did I know at the time that I would come up with even more ways to go ahead and ribbon wrap decor pieces like other wreath forms, or finding other decor pieces at Dollar Tree that I could remove pieces to create new wreath forms since they no longer sell heart-shaped ones, for example. Or how I would later on this year, I come up with a different ribbon wrapping method altogether, which gives it a different look. And let's of course not forget the fact that there are pumpkin centerpieces that I created, and soon you will see a present-shaped one. I'm not kidding when I say I've gotten obsessed. I love it so much. I can't believe that by simply watching another YouTuber would give me the idea to come up with my own version of DIY decor pieces. Then of course at my local Dollar Tree I came across these cancer ribbon wreaths, and I knew I had to create one as well. So I created first the breast cancer awareness one. Then I thought, ooh, I wonder if I could make a dragon version of that. And I Googled different DIY dragon wreaths and decided that I had to make a new one, but make it more my style and do the ribbon wrapping method and then attach the costume pieces to it. Then I thought about how my husband got me this I Kicked Cancer's Ass t-shirt, but then I can't wear it to work. So I thought maybe I should design my own t-shirts that I can confidently wear to work without issue. So I took a photo I had of this DIY, tried to turn it into a silhouette, and I thought that doesn't look good. So then I thought I'd create my own DIY logo using Canva, inspired by this DIY. And that's the long 4.5-minute story of how I went from a cancer diagnosis to Qigong, to calling the cancer dragon, to creating DIYs on YouTube, to creating a cancer dragon wreath, to creating my own logos and t-shirts. And speaking of which, did you know that I am currently selling personally designed t-shirts based off of my upcoming book, The Cancer Dragon? Here I'm unboxing some orders from coworkers who I'm very grateful to for supporting my mission. If you were to ask me honestly, the idea for this logo came from my DIY Cancer Dragon wreath. My husband bought me a shirt once that said, "I kicked cancer's ass," but because of where I work, HR would have had a hissy fit over that, so I decided to design my own. To me, there's something to be proud of in becoming a Cancer Dragon Slayer, and I really hope my journey inspires you. I never planned on designing shirts for this, but as I kept creating and finding ways to express my life story, it just happened. I thought to myself, who else might love a shirt like this? On the back, the sayings are made for slayers, warriors, supporters, and even for honoring lost warriors. These shirts were created with all of you in mind, and I was so happy with the design that I wanted to make it available for anyone who feels connected to this journey. Okay, so here's the cover so far for my upcoming book. The basic gist of it is, I became diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, got pregnant during fertility treatments, refused to abort despite my doctor's warnings that I'd die at birthing my child. For book updates or to support me, scan the code or click the link below. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.